Hello everyone, today topic is periodic properties. The periodic table is the framework upon which much of our understanding of inorganic chemistry is based. In this chapter, we will provide the basic properties that you will need for a more detailed discussion of main group element in later chapters. We start with long form of the periodic table. In the modern periodic table, the elements arranged in the order of their increasing atomic number. There have been several diagrams of the table over the years, but the two most common designs are long form and short form. The long form of the periodic table shows all the elements in numerical order. However, the long form is a very elongated and cumbersome diagram to figure 2.1 because elements from lanthanum to ytterbium and from actinium to nobelium show similar chemical behavior. The short from cleverly display these two sets of elements in a row below the remainder of the table and the resulting space is closed. The new compact short form of the table is shown in figure 2.2. The long form of the periodic table of horizontal row called periods and vertical columns called groups. A period is composed of a series of elements, the atoms of which possess the same number of electron shell. Example principal quantum number. The number of elements in each period corresponds to the number of electrons required to fill those orbitals as shown in figure 2.3. In a particular period, the principal quantum number of p orbital is the same as that of the s orbitals, where the d orbital are 1 less and f orbital are 2 less. The main group corresponds to element in which the s and p orbital are being filled. In this periodic table, there are 7 periods and each period starts with new principal quantum number. It is important to mention that the first 6 periods are full and contain 2, 8, 8, 18, 18 and 32 electrons respectively, while the 7th period is incomplete and contains 26 elements. It has maximum capacity of 32 elements. The first 3 periods containing 2, 8 and 8 elements are called short period, while the next 3 containing 18, 18 and 32 elements are called long period. The vertical column are called groups. Each group contains element of similar electronic configuration. For example, all group first one element have one outer electron is that is ns1, where n is the principal quantum number. Although elements in the group have similar properties, it is important to realize that every element is unique. For example, nitrogen and phosphorus are elements of the same group. Nitrogen gas is very unreactive and phosphorus is highly reactive and spontaneously catch fire in air. There are total 18 groups in the long form of the periodic table. According to recommendation of International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry (IUPAC), the group of elements are numbered from 1 to 18. Earlier, the group were numbered from 1 to 8 as A and B group. IUPAC has replaced the old system of using a mixture of Roman numerical and letters. This notation caused some confusion because of difference in numbering between USA and rest of world. As example, in USA of group 3rd B referred to be group containing scandium, whereas in rest of world the destination was used to group starting from boron. Group 1 and 2 and group 13 to 18 represent the main group element. Group 13 to 11 are classified as the transition metals. In transition metals, the d block are progressively filled. We shall focusing in this course on the chemistry of main group elements. The elements of group 12, although include the transition metal, have a very different chemistry. Some of group have got special names. For example, alkali metals group 1 and group 2 is called alkaline metals, and group 16 are halogens, and group 17 is known as halogens, and noble gas is also called group 18. The element of group 11 are called Coni's metal.
The element corresponding to filling of 4f orbital are called lanthanoids, and those corresponding to 5f orbital are called actinoids. Earlier these were named lanthanides and actinides, but the ending ides is not justified. Ides is generally used in the ends of anions, for example, oxide or chloride. Initially, IUPAC suggests the name as lanthanoids and actinoids. However, later this was not finally accepted as the ending of "on" is performed only for non-metals, for example boron, silicon, etc., whereas lanthanoids and actinides are metallic in nature. Finally, the word lanthanoids and actinoids is recommended as should be strictly followed. S, P, D and F block elements. The long form of periodic table can be conveniently divided into four main blocks. The first block is S block element, the element in which the last electron enter the S block of outermost energy level are called S block element. There are two groups in S block with the electronic configuration NS1 are called alkaline metal and NS2 are called alkaline earth metals. The generally electronic configuration is NS1 2. The P block element. P block element, the element in which the last electron enter the p orbital of their outermost energy level are called p block element. The generally electronic configuration of p block element may be written as ns⁻2 p1 6. All elements of group 13 to 18 constitute p block element. D block element is generally with D block element, the element in which the last electron enters the D block of a penultimate energy level constituent D block element. These elements are called transition metals. It is because these elements symbolize a change in characteristic from the metals on one side to non-metal. Thus, these elements lie in between S and P block element and form 10 groups. These groups are named from 3 to 12. The general electronic configuration of D block element may be repeated as n-1 d to the power 1 minus 10 n 1 or 2. The block element contains 3 complete row of 10 elements which involve the filling of 3d and 4d and 5d orbital respectively. Elements starting from scandium to zinc constituent form the first transition series. Elements starting from yttrium and ending from scandium constituent the second transition series, while elements starting from lanthanum, hafnium and to mercury is called third transition series. F block element, the element in which the last electron enter the f orbital for their atoms are called F block element. The last electron enter into the third to the outermost energy level. For example, n minus 2 F. There are two series in the block of element and are separately placed at the bottom of periodic table. The first series start with lanthaniums and the element present in the series are called lanthanoids. This series start with element scandium and end with element Lr 103. The element of this series is called actinoids. The generally electronic configuration of these may be respected as n-2 F1 to 12 n-1 and d to the 0 to 1 n square. Effective nuclear charge. What is effective nuclear charge and selector rule? We have already discussed in the multi-electronic atoms, the electrons in the outermost shell do not experience the full effect of the nucleus, the primarily because of the inverting electron that come in the way between the nucleus and the outermost electron of the atom. In other words, the inner core of electrons act as a barrier between the nucleus and the outermost electron. As a result, the outermost electron experiences only the part of nuclear charge. The actual nuclear charge felt by the outermost electron is called effective nuclear charge, which is lower than the total nuclear charge, since the inner electron survive as a shield or a screening. This effect is called shielding effect and screening effect. Thus, the effect nuclear charge Z can be easily expressed by the subtracting the shielding or screening effect for the inner electron from the actual nuclear charge as.
In 1930, J.C. Slater proposed a set of empirical rules to calculate the effective nuclear charge, and these rules are solely based upon the penetration power of various orbitals. We have already learned in chapter first that as electrons tend to shield the nucleus more effectively than p electron, which in turn will shield the nucleus more effectively than d electron. Thus, for a given value of a and the screening constant C vary as subsumor S, then P, then D, then F. Now we discuss about periodic properties. Atomic properties which can be used to explain periodicity of chemical and physical properties must also be periodic in nature. We would expect atomic properties to be related to the observed periodicity in the electronic configuration of atoms. We shall examine four of them important atomic properties that are most useful in explaining chemical and physical properties. These are atomic radius, या हम उसको कह सकते हैं ionic radius. Second is ionization energy. Third is electron affinity, and last and fourth is electronegativity. Now we study one by one. We start with atomic and ionic radii. What is the atomic size? One of the most important systematic periodic properties is a atomic and ionic radius. We have learned in this previous chapter that electron can be defined only in terms of probability, and therefore there is no real boundary ascribed to an atom. In other words, the electron cloud around the nucleus do not have sharp definite boundary. Thus, atoms and ions cannot be regarded as the hard ball. How can then we define in size of the atom ion? There are actually four ways to determine the size of atom, and to some extent they give different values. One of the simplest methods to define the atomic radius is to measure the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell of the atom. Let us take a simple homonuclear diatomic nucleus such as chlorine. The radius of chlorine atom can be determined experimentally by dividing the distance between the center of two atoms in chlorine molecule by 2. The distance between is 2 angstroms, so the radius of chlorine atoms is so picometer. This distance is also called covalent radii. Because the atoms are held together by a covalent bond similar, the carbon-carbon distance is diamond 1.54 angstrom. So the radius of carbon atoms is 154 divided by 2, then is equal to 77 picometer. In order to test the accuracy of this method, we can add them together to estimate the distance between chlorine and carbon in a molecule, say carbon tetrachloride. The chlorine distance come out to be 177. The distance in close agreement with the experimental determined distance of 176 picometer. The radius of an atom is calculated by measuring the distance between the center of two atoms in molecule with the help of X-rays. diffraction or spectral studies. Thus, in case of mononuclear diatomic molecules, the covalent radii is defined as one half of the distance between the center of nuclei of similar atom bonded in a molecule. Similar in a heteronuclear atomic molecule, the singly bonded covalent radius of an atom can be calculated by knowing the internuclear distance between the two nuclei and covalent radius of other atom. For example, the internuclear distance between the iodine and the chlorine is 2.32 angstrom.
Thus, the covalent radius of iodine is 1.3 angstrom. This approach of determining the radii of the atom is applicable in the molecular compound of the element the excited as single bonded, the atomic radii of which do not form the atomic molecules with the single bond are calculated by the indirect method. For example, the single bond radii of nitrogen and oxygen can be obtained from the bond length in triple bonded nitrogen or doubly bonded oxygen. This is because these molecules contain multiple bonds. The single bond atomic radii of nitrogen can be obtained indirectly. For example, the intermolecular distance between the carbon and nitrogen in H3C and NH2 has been found to be 1.47 angstrom. We know that the atomic radii of carbon is 0.77 angstrom. Therefore, the atomic radius of nitrogen in CN bond is 0.70 angstrom. This simple rule of equating the atomic radius is true in case where the bond formed between the atoms are single covalent. The difference in electronegativity of bond atom is not larger. However, in case where there is a large difference in the electronegativities process in the new equation for calculating covalent radii r a to the a minus b and r a plus rb minus c into chi a minus chi b, where r a minus b is intermolecular distance between a and b. Ra and Rb are the covalent radii of A and B, while chi A and chi B are the electronegativities of A and B respectively. C is the constant and how the value 0.08, 0 and 0.06 and 0.04 and 0.04 to a angstrom for element of second and third, fourth and fifth period of p block element respectively. The value of a covalent radii angstrom of different element of S and p block element are given in table 2.1. A carefully inspection of table 2.1 reveals that for the main group element atomic radii increase going down the group in the period table and decrease going down the period. This can easily explain in going from top to bottom of the periodic table. The outermost electrons are placed in the orbital with higher and higher values of principal quantum numbers. The higher principal quantum numbers of the cell, the larger is the radius of the cell, although the change on the nucleus increase going down a group. The nuclear effective nuclear charge, that is the actual change experienced by outer electrons, does not increase as.
For example, the atomic radius lithium is 3 and the atomic number of potassium is 19. The positive charge in the nucleus of a potassium atom is over 6 times as larger as the positive charge on nucleus of a lithium atom. However, the effective nuclear charge that the outer electron in a potassium atom feel is less than 3 times the effective nuclear charge that the outer electron of a lithium atom feel. In a potassium atom, there are more electron between the nucleus and the outermost electron to shield the outer electron from the positive charge in the nucleus. The increase in the size with an increase in a principal quantum number over increasing effective nuclear charge and atomic radius increase in going down in a group. The atomic radii of a main group element decreasing from left to right across the period of periodic table. The principal quantum number of outer electrons is the same all across the period. The outer electrons are in the same cell. Electrons added to the outer shell do not shield other outer shell electron from the positive charge of the nucleus very well. On the other hand, the charge of a nucleus increases from left to right of the periodic table across the periodic table is in the periodic table. As a result, the outer electrons are attracted more strongly and pulled towards the nucleus, making the atom smaller element. The size of element in the middle of transition series then changes very little until a small increase in the size occurs at the end of the series. The size of atom is determined largely by electrons in the outermost shell, that is, by the electron of the cell and a subcell. In the first transition series of example, the outer shell containing the 4s electron, but electrons are being added to 3d orbital across the series. The increased nuclear charge on the atom as one move from left to right should cause the radius to decrease. This effect, however, is mostly cancelled out by the increasing electron repulsion among the electrons. Now discuss about radii in multiple bonded atoms. In case of multiple bonded atoms, the radii are named multiple bond radii. For example, the radii in the ethylene CH2 with double bond and acetylene are named as a double bonded and triple bonded radius respectively. Multiple bonds are shorter than single bond between the same pair of atoms. Because of additional bonding, electrons pull the atoms closer together. Let us compare the length of various carbon atoms bound in table 2.2 along nitrogen and nitrogen bonds.
Hybridization and atomic radius. The atomic radius of an atom also depends upon the type of hybridization used by the concerned atom. For example, the atomic radius of carbon is different in methane, ethane and acetane as shown in the table 2.3 on the next page.
Ionic and crystal radii. The ionic radii refer to the radii of an ion in ionic crystal. The ions are formed by loss or gain of electron from outermost shell of atom. Then ions formed by a loss of electron are called cations, where ions formed by gain of electron is called anions. Metal are usually from positive ions. When electron removed from the atom to form cation, the size is shrink. Thus, the radius of cation is always smaller than the atom from which it is derived. For example, the radius of lithium is 1.52 angstrom, whereas lithium plus is only 0.9 angstrom. In above example, the loss of 2s electron from lithium leave lithium ions lithium plus. With no electron in the n is equal to 2 cell. Decreasing in size will be more in case where 2 or more electrons are removed. For example, in case of aluminum 3 plus, this size reduced from almost 50% of neutral aluminum atom. The anion on the other hand are always larger than atoms from which they are derived. Here the most explanation is just opposite to that used in case of cation. For example, the fluorine atom Z is equal to 9, the 9 proton and 9 electron on forming the anion nuclear charge is still plus 9, but there are 10 electrons in anion. Thus the fluoride ion F negative is much larger than F atom because of increasing electron repulsion. Now we determine the ionic radius. A number of methods are known to determine the ionic radius of ion, but Pauling method the most widely accepted method. However, the method is limited to unvalent isoelectronic ions. This method is based upon the observed internuclear separation of four crystals, namely NaF, KCl, RBBr, and CSI. These compounds were selected by Pauling because they have almost the same radii, whose ratio is 0.75. Now we discuss about the size of cation and anion. Ions are formed by loss or gain of electron from outermost shell of atom. In case of cation, size is inversely smaller than parent atom. This is because with the removal of electron from the atom, the magnitude of nuclear charge remains the same, while the number of electrons decrease. As a result, the nucleus exerts more attractive force for the remaining electron. In other words, the nuclear charge per electron increases, and the electrons are strongly pulled towards the nucleus. This results in the decrease in the size of the resulting ion. When more than one electron is lost from atom, the effective nuclear charge increases. This results further in the decrease of size of the resulting ion. In case of anion, the size is always larger than the parent atom. This is because with the gain of electrons in the outermost shell, the total number of electrons increases, whereas the nuclear charge remains the same. As a result, the same nuclear charge is now exerted upon more number of electrons. It means the effective nuclear charge per electron decreases, and thereby the force of attraction between the nucleus and the electrons decrease. This resulting in the increase of size. It is clear from table 2.6 that with the increase in nuclear charge, the radii of isoelectric ions decrease. This is because with the increase in nuclear charge, the effective nuclear charge per electron increase, and the result of decreasing of ion radii in a period. Now we discuss about van der Waals radius. Before we discuss van der Waals radius, it is important to distinguish between intermolecular and intramolecular forces. Intramolecular forces are forces that are responsible for the formation of chemical bond, whereas the intermolecular forces are weak attractive force between atoms. Intermolecular forces hold two or more atoms together and are often called van der Waals forces. For example, iodine is a solid at a room temperature. The forces that hold the molecules together in solid are then van der Waals forces. It is one of the internuclear distance between adjacent among belong to the two neighboring molecules of an element in solid state. Thus, it one half of distance between two bonded atoms of two adjacent molecules in the solid state. Van der Waals radius corresponds to the closest approach in two atoms. The van der Waals radius is a non-bonded type of radius for an atom with a closed configuration. Therefore, it is not surprising that the van der Waals radius of chlorine is essentially the same as the ionic radius of chlorine ion. The ionic radii of non-metal generally can be taken as reasonable value to be used as a van der Waals radii. This is because the both possess a complex octet of electrons as shown. Now we discuss about crystal or metallic radii. In a metal crystal, we can think of atoms arranged as a set of touching spheres. In fact, a large number of atoms are closely packed. There is held together by means of metallic bond. The bonding of Bonding in a metal is not fully understood compared to a bonding in ionic and covalent bond. The metallic radii may be defined as one half of the distance between the nuclei of two adjacent atoms in a metal crystal. The internuclear distance between the nearest neighboring atom in a metallic crystal can be determined by X-ray diffraction. Thus, we can half the distance between the two nearest atoms. We get the metallic radius of atom. Thus, R metallic radius is equal to internucleus between two adjacent atoms divided by 2. Now we discuss about our second topic is ionization energy. In order to promote an electron is an atom from one energy level to next higher energy level, some energy must be supplied. If enough energy is available, the electron can be removed and a cation with unpositive charge formed. The amount of energy needed to remove the least tightly bound electron from a mole of gaseous atom is called ionization energy. This process can be represented as E1, E2 and E3. Now we discussed the factor depend on ionization energy. First is size of atom. The ionization energy depends upon the attractive force with which the outermost electron is held by nucleus. This is a term depend upon the size of atom because the attractive force between the outermost electron and the nucleus is inversely proportional to the distance between them. Thus, small atom of electron are tightly held, whereas the larger atom with electron are loosely held. Thus, the ionization energy decreases as the size of atom increases.
Nuclear charge. With the nuclear charge, the focus of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron increase. Therefore, more energy is required to remove the outermost electron. As a result, the ionization energy increases with the increasing in nuclear charge. Screening effect. In the atom with more than one electron, each electron repels every other electron, and it also repelled by every other electron. The attractive force that each electron feels from the nucleus is effective by all electrons in the atom. In addition, the interelectronic screen or shielding the outer electrons from the positive charge of nucleus. As a result, the effective nuclear charge, that is, the charge actually felt by the outer electron, is less than the actual nuclear charge. Therefore, the ionization energy will be decreased, thus increasing the number of electrons while decreasing the ionization energy. Penetration effect of electrons. In the case the multi-electron system, this electron in the s orbital penetrate to the nucleus more than the p orbital. It means that s electrons experience more effective force of nucleus than the p electrons of the same cell. As a result, s electrons are more tightly held by the nucleus than the p electrons. Thus, the ionization energy of the atom possessing s electron will be more than those p orbital of the same cells. The value of the first ionization energies depend upon the combination of effect nuclear charge after radii and electronic configuration. It is important to note the element with the lowest ionization energies are in the lower left corners of the periodic table. Element with the lower energies lose electron relatively easily and from cation. They are called reactive metals. A careful inspection reveals that electrons with the higher ionization energy are in the upper right corners of the periodic table. These are non-metals. Elements with this ionization energy do not lose electron easily. Let me start talk about spreading of ionization energy across periods. It observed that the first ionization energy is increasing with when we move across a period in periodic table from left to right. This is because each successive atom has one more proton in the nucleus. Thus, the positive nuclear charge in the nucleus increases steadily, but the attraction of nucleus for the outer electron does not change steadily. From explained in period 3, electrons are successively added to the same outermost energy cell. Since electrons in the same cell do not shield each other very well from the attraction of the nuclear charge, the effective nuclear charge experienced by the outermost electron in each successive element increase. As a result, the outermost electron experiences a great attractive force for the nucleus. This result the outermost electron experiences a great attractive force of the nucleus. This result is decreased atomic radius, as the outermost electrons are strongly pulled toward the nucleus as one moving from sodium to argon, and the ionization energy increase significantly from sodium to argon. There, the generally increasing in the values of the first ionization potential across a period, a number of irregularities occurs. For example, the first ionization energy of boron is lower than the first ionization energy of beryllium, and the first ionization energy of oxygen is lower than the first ionization energy of nitrogen. It is important to note that the electrons that removed from boron in the 2p orbital, whereas the electron that removed from beryllium in 2s orbital, because in 2p orbital is more higher energy than 2s orbital. An electron is more easily removed from the boron than the beryllium. An oxygen atom has 2 electrons in one of its 2p orbital. The pairing of electron increasing the repulsion between electron and thus cause oxygen to have a lower first ionization energy than nitrogen. Trendings of ionization energy across group. In generally, the first ionization energy decreases in irregular way on decreasing the main group. This is because the electrons in a group have the same outer electronic configuration, but with the different principal quantum numbers. As a principal quantum numbers increasing, the average distance of the electron in the cell from the nucleus also increase, because the outer electrons are further from the nuclear charge of the nucleus. They are less tightly held with the nucleus, and with accounted for the lower value of ionization energy. As one moves from top to bottom of group, at a departure of boron, the regular trending occurs in group 13, where the expected decrease occurs from the boron to aluminum. However, the values of remaining elements do not continue this trend. This is because gallium and gallium atoms is produced by the 10 electron of the first transition series. This makes the atomic radii and causes the ionization potential to increase. A similar effect is observed with the introduction of second and third transition series before indium and thallium. This accounts for increasing ionization potential of indium and thallium as shown in figure 2.9 from group 13. Just as electron penetrate close to the nucleus and p electron in the p orbital penetrate closer to the nucleus than the electron in d orbital. The p electron feel the attractive forces of the nucleus more than d electrons. Thus, the energy of p orbital is lower than that the d orbital of the same cell. Similarly, electron in d orbital penetrate closer to the nucleus than the electron in f orbital. The d electrons feel the attractive forces of the nucleus more than f orbital of the same cell. Thus, the same cell, the ionization energy will be more to remove s electrons than to remove p electron, and p electron will be more than d electron, which in turn will be more than f electron. Also, these factors discussed above in interrelated. Thus, in a small atom, the electrons are very tightly held, whereas in case of larger atom, the electrons are less strongly held. Thus, the ionization energy decreasing as the size of atom increase. This can be easily expressed by the element of group first and group second of the periodic table, along with element of main group, as shown in figure 2.9. Let me start. Successive ionization energies. All atoms other than hydrogen have more than one electron. The energy needed to remove the second most loosely bounded atom from a molecule of gaseous containing is called second ionization energy. A positive plus second ionization energy gives us a to the power 2 positive plus an electron. Because of the positive charge, the cation attract electron more strongly than the nucleus atom A does. There is one electron less in the cation compared to that in the atom of the element. As a result, electron repulsion are reduced. It means more energy is required to remove the second electron than the first. Therefore, second ionization energies are always larger than the first ionization energy. Similarly, the ionization energy required to remove the third most loosely bounded electron is called third ionization energy. The larger the positive charge on the cation, the stronger is attraction between the cation and the electron being removed. In the addition of electron and electron repulsion are also small. The larger the positive charge, the third ionization energy is always greater than the value of the second ionization energy. Similarly, the fourth ionization is greater than the third ionization energy add on.
For example, in case of sodium, the first ionization energy value is 496 kilojoule mole inverse, and the second ionization energy is 4564 kilojoule mole inverse. For magnesium, the first ionization energy is 737 kilojoule mole inverse, while the second ionization energy is 1447 kilojoule mole inverse. However, the third ionization energy value is 7738 kilojoule mole inverse, which is over the 5 times as much as the second ionization energy value. After all electrons in the outer shell have been removed, the next electron must be removed from next to outermost shell. That is, it must be removed from one of the core. The core has a noble gas electronic configuration. In the core, all the subcells that contain electrons are filled. Ionization energy provides strong evidence for the existence of electron cell in atom. Let us take an example of sodium and remove the all 11 electrons from sodium. One can see easily from table 2.10 that there are significant increase in energy needed between removing the first and second electron. There is another large increase between removing the 9th and 10th electron. These observations suggest that the increasing occur when the electron being removed has to come from a new cell closer to the attractive charge of the nucleus. The difference between the energy value is so large that the logarithm of successive ionization energy are plotted instead of successive ionization energies. One can easily interpret the pattern of figure 2.7 that outermost cell n is equal to 3 cell of sodium contain and 1 electron, and the n is equal to 2 cell has 8 electron, leaving 2 electron in the innermost cell. Now we discuss about the measurement of ionization energies values. Ionization energy are measured by spectroscopic technique or a discharge tube containing the gas or vapor of atom under consideration of a low pressure. It is connected to a source of current, and on increase the potential difference a stage reach when a certain flow current occurs at certain applied voltage. This stage when a gas is ionized or the first ionization potential occur. If we increase the voltage further, there may stage again when there can abort rise of current. This gives a second ionization energy. In this way, we can evaluate the successive ionization energy value. This gives the second ionization energy. In this way, we can evaluate the successive ionization energy. Now we discuss about electron affinity. Atom not only lose electron to form the positive ions but also gain electron to form negative ions. As the name implies, is a measure of tendency to an atom to gain an electron. If you recall, when electron is removed from the gaseous state, energy is required, but when electron is added to a neutral gas atom, energy is released. Thus, we can define electron affinity as the energy given out when the extra electron is taken off by a neutral isolated gaseous atom. It can be represented as given on screen. Since energy is evolved during process, electron affinity has negative sign. The higher the electron affinity of an element, the more energy given off. When an electron is added to an atom of the element, thus the magnitude of electron affinity indicate how tightly an additional electron is bound to be an atom. A high value of electron affinity indicates that the additional electron is strongly bound, while a low value indicates the new electron is weakly bound. Now we discuss about the factor on which electron affinity is defined. First is size of atom, second is nuclear charge, and third is electron configuration. Now discuss about variation of electron affinity down in group. Thus, electron affinity of an element decreases down a group. This is because both atomic size and nuclear charge increase down the group. However, the effect of increase in size is greater than the increase in nuclear charge. As a result, the incoming electron experiences lesser attraction by large size atom, and therefore the electron affinity increase. Now discuss variation of electron affinity along a period. The electron affinity of element increases along a period. This is because period of size of atom decrease and nuclear charge increase. Both these factors result in a greater attraction for an incoming electron. Therefore, more energy released when electron is added. As a result, the electron affinity in general increase along a period from left to right of periodic table. However, certain irregularities are observed in the general trend. For example, beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, and noble gas are exceptions. In this period, halogens have highest electron affinity. Some of important features of electron affinity are given below. Halogens have highest electron affinity. In inspection of a graphical representation of electron to figure 2.8 reveals that halogens have maximum value of electronic configuration. This is due to the fact that electron configuration of halogen is 1 electron short of stable noble gas. Second is electron affinity of noble gas are 0. All noble gas are fully filled valency cell. As a result, the extraordinary stability electronic configuration. There is no scope to additional electron. Now discuss about the electron affinity of beryllium, magnesium, and nitrogen are nearly 0. This is a nearly nearly zero electron affinity of beryllium, magnesium, and nitrogen can also be explained due to the extra stability of associated with fully filled 2s and 3s orbital in case of beryllium and magnesium. Now discuss about electron affinity of fluorine. Now discuss about the electron affinity of fluorine is less than that of chlorine. An inspection of table 2.11 and the graphical representation in figure 2.20 reveals the electron affinity value of generally decrease from top to bottom in a group. However, it is noticed that fluorine atom unexpectedly low value of electron affinity compared to its immediate next number fluorine. Thus, low value of electron affinity of fluorine is due to the very compact size of fluorine atom. As a result, the small size of fluorine, they are stronger in the electron repulsion, while this encourages the incoming electron to end outermost shell of fluorine. Now discuss about the successive electron affinity. Energy is evolved when one electron is added to an oxygen or sulfur, forming the species O negative or S negative. However, it is difficult to add another electron to a negatively charged or at O negative and sulfur negative because the Coulombic repulsion. In order to force the second electron to add to O negative and sulfur negative ion, a lot of energy has to be supplied to contain the Coulombic repulsion and allow the formation of O2 negative S2 negative. Now discuss about the determination of electronic affinities.
Electronic affinity values can be determined directly. These are determined indirectly by the involving Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle related to the lattice energy of a crystal to other thermochemical data. This can be isolated by the taking energy terms involving in building a crystal lattice of sodium chloride. The elements in their standard state are first converted to gaseous atom, and then two ions are finally packed in the crystal lattice. The enthalpies of the sublimation, dislocated, and ionization energy are positively since energy is supplied to the system. The electron affinity and lattice energy are negatively since energy is involved in the process. According to Hessla, the overall energy in the process depends upon the energy of initial and final state. It clear from the figure 2.9 that the enthalpy of formation of delta HF is the algebraical sum of terms going around the cycle. All terms excepted the lattice energy U and electron affinity can be measured experimentally by the using known crystal structure. It is possible to calculate the lattice energy and the hence value of electron affinity thus for NaCl. Now since the electron affinity values are known, therefore the Born-Haber cycle can be used to calculate the lattice energy of unknown crystal structures. Now we discuss about the electronegativity. Electronegativity is ability of an electron in a molecule to attract to self an electron pair that is shared with another atom. एक काम कर मोहित